Brand lift is the percentage increase in the primary objective of a campaign. So let me put that in real people's terms. Every brand campaign has a primary objective. If it has too many objectives, it's not going to work. You have to have that single thing you're trying to do. So say that a big brand is running a campaign. We tag and we know the audience and which ads they've seen and which they haven't. We'll ask them a question about that campaign. How likely are you to buy a Acme product in the next 6 months? Or how would you rate Acme product in terms of value? And then we compare how people who have seen the campaign answer that question to people who haven't. So if 10% of the people who haven't seen the campaign said, I'm going to buy an Acme product, and 12% of the people who have seen the campaign say they're going to buy an Acme product, that difference of 2%, 12 to 10 is the brand lift. In theory, you can increase brand lift by 40 to 80% with some very simple heuristics. So very recently, we were working with a large agency for a very large consumer technology company, and the campaign got off to a pretty rough start. It wasn't really showing much lift, and i.e., the money that was being spent wasn't generating the outcome that it was anticipated. This client went in and tweaked both where the ads were running and which ads they ran, and were able to get 4% brand lift out of the campaign and essentially rescue the campaign. In the end, it became an effective campaign. A third of the way through, if they had kept going down that path, it would have been money down a rat hole. So these guys saved their client. It was a 6-figure campaign. It was or 7-figure. It was $1 million campaign. So they saved $1 million. Another agency client of ours was working on a CPG campaign, and it was growing great. 23% lift in awareness. So it was high performance.
Around video or display?
This was a mix of video and display. So they had a combination. They went in halfway through the campaign and just tweaked the creative. So they just took the ads that were working and the ones that weren't, got that up to 34% brand lift. That's a 50% improvement in efficiency for the campaign. So, it's great to see it in theory, but what really excites us is that we have these clients now who are in there optimizing their campaigns and really making a difference for their customers and clients. We provide a real-time platform to deliver brand lift while a campaign's running in the marketplace so that advertisers and publishers can see exactly how the campaign's working and optimize it. And then our customers range from the publishers, the big media companies selling advertising in advertising space, and they use us so that they can convey the value of the audiences and the inventory they're providing to advertisers. And then the advertisers and brands use us as well so that they can feel confident that the dollars they're spending online are actually influencing opinion in the way they'd like it to.
Now, Dan, is this video or display, or
it's video and display, and right now we're seeing a huge growth in video, just a big surge there. I think a lot of the dollars coming online, in particular brand dollars, are going to video, and we're seeing the effect of that. One of the things that we're noticing is that earlier on, the online video was remnant from TV ads. They wasn't being produced particularly for online. But now that people are producing video particularly for online and putting real dollars there, there's a much bigger demand for measurement, because if you're putting real dollars there, you want to know, hey, is this really working or not? It was one thing 2 years ago when you're testing a few dollars or a scrap part of your budget, but yeah, we're seeing a huge surge in video measurement.
Because the media buyers sometimes complain that online video is expensive.
Yeah.
And so you have to help the people who sell, like the Scan Scouts and so on. And
yep.
How do you support them, and how does it go, and
yeah.
How persuasive is the argument?
Yeah, it's very persuasive. I think the first time we talked, we were just starting to see some preliminary data on how video performs relative to display, and oftentimes it can perform 2 or 3 times as well from a brand building perspective. So, if you're Scan Scout or Yumi or Brightroll or any of these great Adapt TV, anybody out there selling video advertising, you want to be able to show that, hey, it's worth the premium that it costs, and and so far we're seeing that quite a bit. And now the next thing that these folks are doing they're looking at campaigns and optimizing exactly which video against which audience drives the most brand lift, and that's kind of the state of the art right now, and we're seeing exceptionally high value from the optimization during the campaigns.
So is the CPM still matter, or is it targeted game, or how does that whole thing shake out?
Well, you know, there's a whole lot of talk and news and buzz about the targeting, and I think that's important. But to get an advertising campaign right, I kind of look at it very simply. You need to get to the right target, and you need to influence them in the way you want to. And unless you know both of those pieces, you don't have a clear understanding of how your campaign's working. So all of this work that's gone on in behavioral targeting and contextual targeting and psychographic targeting, which is extremely interesting, is very important, and it helps you get to the right audience. But the piece that you need to know after that is, are you moving the opinions of those people in the way you want them to? And that's where we help. And if you can show that you're moving the opinions in the way you want them to, you can justify those higher CPMs. So it's still a CPM game, but there's an accountability component now. The thing that we're really excited about right now and want to kind of get out there and share with people is we've been providing real-time brand lift information for the last 3 years. We introduced it to the market. But we finally now got around to quantifying it. We've done enough campaigns out there that we can actually show the value of optimizing a campaign while it's running. So at a high level, we looked at about a half a dozen of our most recent campaigns, and we applied some very simple optimization rules to them. We said, in one case, if you just eliminated the bottom performing 25% of your creative, so the videos that aren't working or the display ads that aren't working, what would happen to your brand lift? And we see that you get over a 40% increase in brand lift. So this is not sophisticated optimization. This is very simple and effective optimization. Eliminate what's not working and get 40% more brand lift. Same thing goes for targeting and site placement. If you have 5 behavioral targets or 10 that you're going after, and you just eliminate the bottom 25%, you pick up about another 40% in brand lift. If you do them both, they're pretty much additive, and you can get 80% more brand lift. That's like spending 80% more dollars for your client, and that's super compelling. So if you're that publisher trying to persuade an advertiser to spend money with you, and they spend $1 million with you, and you come back and show them, hey, we did this optimization and got you effectively $1.8 million of spending, that's how you get them to come back and build that loyalty.